Welcome to another week of A Friendly Nudge. So today we're going to make a chia protein powder. I will call it a porridge, but because I don't think it really is a pudding, but I love the kind of versatility of this because I've had it for breakfast a couple of times. I've had it for a dessert because you can add yogurt to it, blueberries to it. This thing has got a lot of play with your food kind of possibilities. So what I'm using is a cup and a half of 2% milk. You could use almond milk. I've got a quarter of a cup of whey protein powder, half a cup of chia seeds, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Probably going to put about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, like 3 to 5 tablespoons of maple syrup. And you could go with a little less maple syrup, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it anyway. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to add the protein powder in, and I'm going to play around with this. I'm going to try a half a cup sometime and see how it turns out. But the quarter was great. There was the pinch of salt. That's the half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just kind of mixing that up. This is probably overkill. I don't know that you need to do that. And then I'm just going to eyeball. I think the recipe call for a half a teaspoon. It's like, why bother if you're just going to put that much in? Probably put a teaspoon in. And then, the maple syrup, we probably could have gone with a little less, but maple syrup, that's pretty good stuff, right? And get that mixed in. And, once again, probably a little overkill because it's going to clump up, and then I'm going to put the milk in with it. And this is a cup and a half of milk. I'm just using a 2% milk, but you could certainly use, soy or whatever. I probably would skip the soy. I'd use like almond milk or something if I was going to do that. And then that's a half a cup of chia seeds. And then we're going to get those all in there. And, it's kind of hard to get the chia because they're going to have to soak, and they swell up whenever they soak. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all this mixed together, and then I'm going to pour it into another container, and then this is going to sit in the fridge overnight because it really needs to kind of set up. The chia seeds thicken, and it once again just kind of stirring a little bit more. I'm not sure. I think that's more just kind of redundant, and then it kind of forms this layer on the top, so you have to kind of redistribute it again. But this stuff has been great. Like I said, I usually add some yogurt to it and blueberries, and it can either be like dessert or breakfast. So have a wonderful week and play with your food.